for the cherry and the white.
So the lyrics to Temple's fight song go fight, fight, fight for the cherry and the white. But what exactly is cherry? Is this jersey colored cherry? How about this one? What about this? At such a large university with a football team that has had consecutive 8-win seasons and 2 basketball teams that started the year in the top 25, surely Temple's students should know where to find Temple's exact shade of cherry, right?
I don't know.
Cherry.
Temple has a myriad of problems when it comes to the color cherry. For example, the Liacouras Center's floor paint is a drastically different shade of red than the jerseys Temple wears when they play on it.
I guess it would definitely help if they had the same color because it's a little off, so, I mean, it could kind of feel like a road game to them.
The flags that adorn the campus on every block are a different color than the athletes' uniforms. Temple is only one of 2 schools in the country that uses cherry and white as its colors, the other being Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in upstate New York.
Our school colors are cherry and white, and I don't think we got a good feel for exactly what cherry is, maybe. If it was one set color, it would be more like unity, I guess.
The other side of this color conundrum is the apparel students purchase at the bookstore. I found 7 different shades of cherry sweatshirts alone.
The student apparel in the bookstore, that's not the same as what athletics has, but we are working with them with Under Armour in our new agreement. A major thing that we are working on is streamlining the bookstore with the rest of the athletic department of the university.
So when students do cheer for the cherry and white, they're cheering for the cherry and white, the maroon and white, the red and white, and any other shade of red that seems to fit the profile on North Broad. At the Liacouras Center, I'm Jeff McDevitt, OwlSports Update. Division I athletes must maintain a balance between their public persona and their private lives. On sites such as Twitter and Facebook, Temple basketball players have many followers and fans, but they have to be careful about what they say.
I really think you have to be careful on what you put out there, no matter what. I think athletes probably got more responsibility towards it, but you know, people sometimes don't realize how big it is because anyone can see whatever you do or say. So.
And if the players do say something inappropriate, they will hear about it from a higher authority.
Yeah, I have to actually watch what I say. My coach actually stopped us from going on Twitter just because of what we put up there sometimes.
I expressed my feelings towards Ron Artest, and Luis Scola actually contacted me and told me to be careful of what I said, and I really thought it wasn't a big deal. But you know, after he told me, I realized, you know, you have this amount of followers, a lot of people can see what you do, so you know, you learn from it.
It's called the I Believe chant, which explodes from the student section in the final seconds of any home win.
It started with maybe 10 of us doing it, and then it just kept catching on, and you know, now to the point where the entire student section looks forward to the I Believe chant. You know, we have alumni involved, and you know, Jack starts the chant now.
Beating someone really bad, and maybe 5 minutes ago in the game, I stood up out of my seat and I just yelled over at the student section, and nobody paid attention to me, so I did it again, and again, and again until they paid attention. Since then, I've kind of taken it over, I guess.
Starting with a helmet, that's about could run you from $60 to $120. Gloves, again, gloves can go up to $250. Elbow pads, $30 to $60. Shoulder pads, $60 to $80. Pants, $80 to $100. Shin guards, $60 to $80. Most kids on our team wear about $500 skates. And then the sticks, kid will probably go through at the 18 level, 10 sticks a year and spend about $150 each on them.
The senior guard is averaging 15.4 points per game for Carroll, who is in the midst of a deep state playoff run. Alex said he models his game after shooters that have had success recently in the NCAA tournament.
I have 3 guys, really, and it's been since I was little. First one was J.J. Redick, the way he uses screens, the way he gets open. And he's kind of like an undersized guy in the NBA now, so he works real hard. Gordon Hayward, like I take small guys inside, I'll drag bigger people out and try to beat them off the dribble or create some space. And then Jimmer Fredette was the last one, and he's just, the way he creates, just something special, I try to take some moves from him.
Prior to the recent success of the Owl Golden era, Lot K at Lincoln Financial Field looked much like this. But now that the Owls are atop the Mid-American Conference and riding a 10-game home winning streak, tailgating is much more popular at Temple football games. Two members of the class of 1997 have had an ongoing tailgate that they call the two-man tailgate.
Jump the Broad Street subway with 30-pack of beer and come down to the games. I think we were one of about 2,000 people in the vet where we played at the time. And that officially began the two-man tailgate, myself and Ben Yeager.
At that point we were playing in the vet, and we would actually make grills out of cinder blocks in the old JFK Stadium parking lot. At that point, no stadium, just giant dirt lot.
Many fans are also unaware of how close the 79 team was to going undefeated. They went 10-2 that season, with their only losses coming from Penn State and #1 Pitt, led by a freshman named Dan Marino.
We did exceptionally well against Pittsburgh, losing in the final seconds of that game, 10-9. So it was unfortunate. We did have an opportunity to win the game earlier in the first quarter if I had made a field goal that I had missed in the first quarter.
When asked to compare the two teams, Ron remained mostly neutral, but gave his reasoning as to why the 79 team has an advantage.
The mainline athlete of the week is Lower Merion's Raheem Hall. The 6'3" junior combo guard from Ardmore is averaging 15 points a game for the Central League leading Aces. Though he is one of the top scorers in the Central League, defense is where Raheem really stands out. He plays at the top on Lower Merion's full-court press. His length and athleticism causes a lot of problems for the other team, leading to many forced turnovers.
Because defense wins games, right? I always thought that as a little kid, you gotta play defense and then the offense will come eventually.
Tyler and Nikki, both junior kinesiology majors, have led the team in scoring in the past 2 years and received All-Atlantic 10 team honors. But even with all these accolades, Whitmer and Kahn agree without each other in their lives, they wouldn't be nearly as happy.
Even on a bad day, she'll make me smile. She's a funny girl. She'll agree with that 100%. She thinks she's hilarious.
He's always there for me, especially when I need a vent or if I need an opinion or how to play, because we're both the same position and he knows exactly what I need to hear.